Do you want to know how you can increase your cash flow in 2 days? In this video, I'm going to share with you my strategy for doing just that. Hi, I'm Camille Gaines, author of Earn, Grow, Give, and I'm an accredited financial counselor. In this video, I want to share with you the strategy that we use to help us increase our cash flow. Now, cash flow is a term that is often used by businesses, and it's sort of a complex thing, but it's also used a lot by just regular people when they're referring to the money that's flowing into their accounts every month and out of their accounts every month. It's sort of like running out of money every month or having extra money at the end of the month. That's sort of cash flow for regular people. So in this video, I want to share with you a strategy that I put together that helps us, increase our cash flow. And here's why. What happens is if you have a budget, or I like to call it a spending plan, and you have that on paper and it all looks super, super great, right? But then you have your actual expenses, okay? What is really going out every month. And so sometimes it's hard to be congruent with those two things. It's that extra step in actually just tying all that together is something that just doesn't happen. And so I think it's super important that if you don't do that just right, then at least do this. And that is simply to really, really examine your expenses every single month. Now, I've done another video similar to this on how to save money, and it's related. You might want to check it out. I'll put a link to it below. But in this video, I want to share with you how you can increase that cash flow every month simply by taking some simple steps that don't involve a complex, reconciling of your monthly expenses to your budget, which sure, it's great in an ideal world. But if you're not doing that, this is a simple step to really get your arms around that money flowing in, and more really it's about the money flowing out every single month. And so the very first thing I want to suggest is, or in this process that I've created, is simply to pay attention to how much money is flowing out every single month. And when you do this in this process, you are almost guaranteed to increase the amount of money that you are able to put aside to grow, invest, simply because you're doing this process. And at the end of this, I'm going to share with you 4 extra tips of how you can increase your cash flow even more. So the very first thing I want to say is, if you're married, be sure to do this with your partner. It's anyone that you share money with, or if you're not married but you have someone that you share money with, then you'll want to do this together. It is so much more impactful. The second thing I want to share is you'll set a specific time by which you do this every month. So for example, what I do is I say I have to have this process completed by the 10th of the following month. And that might mean that I begin the process by the 4th or 5th day. I actually have a bookkeeper now that helps me with this. So she gets it to me within the 4th business day of the new month. And then the rule for myself is to complete the process within the 10th day of the month. And so set a deadline for yourself and put it in your planner, put it in your calendar, make sure that happens. And then the third thing I suggest with this process is simply to, first of all, list every place that money is flowing out of your accounts. What are those holes? Where is money flowing out? Whether that's making a credit card payment, paying off, paying debt, a mortgage, whatever it is, expenses. Is it coming out of, these certain credit cards? Is it coming out of, this type of credit card and this type? Do you have business expenses and personal expenses flowing out? Are you spending cash? About how much cash? Are you writing checks still? Are you paying out of PayPal? Make a list of all the places where money is flowing out of your accounts. It's easy to forget about something that's small, but that can matter over time. And then the fourth part of the actual process itself, the fourth step, is simply to go to each of those places where money is flowing out every single month and download the report. And what I like to do is I download it as an Excel spreadsheet. I think sometimes it comes out as I think it's called a CSV file, and then I can save it as an Excel spreadsheet, and then we can just cut and paste into one spreadsheet so that everything is there. All the money flowed out. It's probably a lot easier than it sounds, and once you set the process up, it does not take very long at all to do. So that's all there is to it. You simply list every place that money is flowing out. You set a certain time by which you're going to have this done. List the places where money's flowing out, and then download the expenses from each of those places where money flowed out and copy them into one spreadsheet. Now, I want to give you some tips that you can use to enhance this process. First of all, limit your outflow of places, of course, right? I like credit cards. I'm not an anti-credit card person. I don't like to pay balances. I've been there, done that. I don't like paying credit card debt. It's so expensive. It's just taboo. But I do like credit cards because I like to accumulate miles. I like to fly free. I like to get all kinds of free things. So I also think it makes it easy having my own business. I can use a credit card to put business expenses on, and it makes it really nice to keep things very nice and separate versus my personal expenses. Now that Costco doesn't take American Express, of course, I've got my Visa. So there are certain times that I need certain credit cards for certain things. I have a couple of retailers. Trying to think. I have 2 retailers, and I shop there. Those are the 2 places I shop, and I get points and I get free things, and I like that. So, but I know that I'm not going to, run a balance on those credit cards. So limit your places that you have money flowing out. It just makes it easier to do this important process. The next thing I want to share is, if you like technology, use an app. I am older and I really still enjoy spreadsheets and writing things out even. So, find an app that you like. I cannot review any apps in this video, but maybe I'll do a video later. I've had some app companies that have contacted me to take a look at them, so I will perhaps do that. But I haven't done that as of now, so I'm not going to recommend any. But if that works for you, then definitely use an app if that makes it easier for you. The third thing I want to mention, what I love to do is when I do the spreadsheet, my husband and I sit together and do this, and we highlight in a different color who's going to handle what. And we also this is the fourth tip, put a time frame by which we will have addressed that outstanding issue. So whether that's to contact someone that should no longer be charging us, or to question a charge, or find out what a charge was that we're not sure about, whatever it is, we assign who's going to do it. We color code it on the spreadsheet, and we keep the spreadsheet in Dropbox where we can work on it and each access it easily and follow up on it. So that's what I wanted to share with you in this video. It's a simple process to increase your cash flow immediately as soon as you do it. I mean, seriously, if you look at it and you see 3 or 4 things on there that are not valid expenses, or that you will not have the following month, or perhaps that you'll get money back on, then you've already right there immediately increased your cash flow. So this is something I encourage everyone to do. It's a simple process, and that's what I wanted to share with you in this video. If you found this information helpful, please give me a thumbs up. At the bottom of the video, there's a little hand down there, and leave your comments or questions below the video. And I appreciate your watching and supporting this free financial education channel that I've started here. Thanks so much.